Where can you find Dogman and cryptids? And we're going to be debunking videos. And we have got some amazing footage of a classic cryptid that may or may not be debunked at this point. We're not quite sure where that's heading. And of course, there's a flying something or other, a UAP over the ocean, coming tonight on ParaGeeks.
Hey, we're here. This is amazing. We got a whole trio, the Titanic trio here. So, oh my God.
Yes,
something like that.
Only 10% of us are visible if you actually do the full count.
Yeah.
We're
talking
heads, right?
All three of us have been
there we
talking
are.
heads on documentaries, so it's just what we do, right? It's what we do.
Yep.
So
It's
we're
what
all
makes
famous
life fun.
like from here, except RPG, who's famous from here. Yeah,
He's
the
gun
gun
chest
show.
hair.
Oh.
What you doing there, Ryan? How's it going?
Oh,
Ryan, we've lost your audio.
Ryan.
Oh,
we lost your audio.
No,
oh,
but
man.
That's okay.
No, it looks good.
Awesome picture. I love it.
You got.
Yep. Well, we will go ahead and take care of that. In the meantime,
yep.
Was that your voice? I think I heard a voice.
No.
All right. Well, we are going to go ahead and we're going to start with, like I said, Dogman. Mr. Muncie, what have we got going on with Dogman?
Well, there was this that was submitted to every paranormal person in the United States because it was going viral. Look, we've got clear footage of Dogman. It's amazing. It's astounding. But it is obviously edited highly. And it's pretty sad. The shadows are wrong. It's just so bad. I could not. This is like the worst I've ever seen. It was just so bad. This is the face is wrong. The body is in a weird position. I think they were trying to make it something. Yeah.
I think it looks a heck of a lot like Remus Lupin. Okay, that's really what you're looking at here is a Harry Potter werewolf.
I think that's what they photoshopped in or had AI mix in. So look, they have 3 photos. But
that is so just Remus Lupin right there. Okay.
Yeah, they blurred it
on a bad day.
Yeah, they blurred it to make it real, and it just, I'm sorry, gang. I really, really wish it could be what the holy grail that we've been looking for. Yeah, like this one where it's kind of blurry. I almost buy it, but
yeah. I would definitely. I mean, the thing is, this was clearly absolutely noontime.
Yeah.
When this picture was taken. So whatever time it's time stamped, it better say 12 noon or something within an hour because every single shadow is straight down. Except this one on the body itself.
Yeah, but the fence has shadows that are long shadows. So if you look at that top fence post, there's a long shadow. So
yeah, it's even hard to. Yeah, you're right. There they are. There's So absolutely not. Yeah, you're all crisscrossed on that, and it's these kind of fine details that you really have to look at when you're hoping that something is really, really true. First thing you got to do is be the toughest critic of it because it is so easy to get fooled when we see things that we want to believe. And that's true of just about every subject matter in the world right now. So please remember that.
Extraordinary
so
claims.
Stuff.
Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, and sadly, this is not extraordinary evidence. So it's a shame.
This is cataclysmic failure on this one.
Yeah, and with it such an open field, they should have been able to get more photos or video or something. Yeah, let me go to that. Let's go to this one video to show you how easy it is to misidentify something. This is this was footage at a national park, and they thought they saw Bigfoot. And then when it gets a little closer,
are we good?
Yeah, there we hear you, RPG.
Yes. You hear me?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, hear you great.
That is the quadruped Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is so dead on walking along. That's Bigfoot. No doubt about it.
Front.
The giant, head thing, the whole 9 yards. But as soon as it gets up close, I mean, the shoulder motion is what's really off. That's the only thing that throws you. And as it gets closer, it's just like, oh.
Yeah. Can you show that one more time? Their special magic in the back. But this
magic in the back.
Yeah, that's what I said.
He's got good
boots. Yeah, look at that. I mean, it looks like shoulders. It's got the, and as it gets closer, you're like, oh, horns, oh, nose, and hooves.
But imagine driving late and the fog was a little heavier and you went by it quick. That's Bigfoot, especially if you got Bigfoot on the brain.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. It's
amazing.
If you're primed, that's what it is. And because we're on this show, as soon as we look at it, we're primed. That's what we're seeing. And yet, as soon as it gets past,
when I got sent this, I was like,
that's
boom.
Perfect.
Boom.
Yeah. And I think it's okay to get excited about things like this when you see them, but your first reaction after just enjoying the moment is to go, okay, let's eliminate the usual suspects. And luckily this one comes out of the mist and you understand it. But if this was brief and quick and it was just perfect and you're like, what is that?
Yeah. But this is how but it's amazing. Look how close the freaking buffalo gets to you, man. That's incredible. I mean, don't be disappointed.
It's almost
when you
like
see
that. And you know what? It would take very little to snip this video and just take the first 2 seconds.
Yep.
Okay, and just put that in there, and everybody would just go nuts on it. And it's like that video I made. To show how easy it was to make fake video. And then the next day it shows up and somebody's like, oh my God, look, there's absolute proof from this trail cam.
Yep.
Like, oh my God.
And what's disconcerting is people who are not in this to spread truth and to find the real answers will use it just as clickbait, and they'll get way more hits online than any of us will.
Anybody else.
You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
Yep. And
they will get, a million hits and they'll make a ton of money. And that's the whole point is, pay-per-click. So, but no, this is a great example. I love this one because we get to watch it all the way through until it clearly becomes something totally mundane that is absolutely outrageous. I mean, this giant buffalo walking down the highway.
Beautiful.
Extraordinary stuff.
And like we've said about Bigfoot, we are all believers to an extent, but 95%, I would say, are misidentified bears. I would say a big chunk are 90, close to that, because everywhere, everybody's like, oh, look, they're all these places. And if you look at the maps, they always show it's also where there's a lot of brown bears and black bears, and like, oh, they share the same food thing. No, I think a lot of people are misidentified, but it's that 5%. That's what we're here for. Is that 5%?
Exactly. But we have to weed through all these in order to find it.
Yeah. The hunters who say, I've been up here forever, I know the bears. That was not a bear. That was too human. Or they get the clear image and stuff like that. That's the one that draw us to this and why we keep doing what we do.
Well, that's also the first thing I'll ask too. Is they're like, it was definitely Bigfoot. I'm like, well, how are the shoulders and how are the ears?
Yeah.
Because if they saw ears, usually you're like, well, there's your bear. And if the shoulders, they're like, well, they weren't like, they were more like rounded, and you're like, well, now you're back on bear again.
Back on bear. Oh, they were hiding behind the tree, and I just caught the shadow. It's like, you saw bears do that. That's the one in my yard. Every time I come outside, he tries to hide behind the tree, and it's just so cute because the tree is, this thin, and he's as big as me, and so he's like this. He's like, are they still there? Oh, they're still there. Oh, is they still? God damn it!
Yeah.
Horses
and when you
do
see
that
them when they
too.
climb
It's really
too,
hilarious.
they'll peek.
Yeah.
When they're climbing, they'll be like, you know, and then they'll move fast too if they want to get out and go.
Yeah. Oh yeah, anyway. When they want to go, they go, and it's he's like, that's why so many people. Oh, I saw him looking around the tree. Well, did you get a good look at it? Oh, well, it was quick. I'm like, all right, we'll report it so we can put it on the database and see. But it's
that wasn't the 5%.
Yeah, exactly.
Wasn't the 5%. And here's the thing. Sometimes, you get people with somewhat nefarious, means that aren't actually nefarious at all. And there is a classic cryptid video that we have, and it is of these, Fresno walkers, as they're known.
Oh, the Fresno Nightcrawlers. Yeah.
The Fresno Nightcrawlers, yeah.
Traveling
they
pants.
Yeah. It's the brotherhood of the traveling pants.
Exactly.
But one of the things that's really fascinating here is we get to see someone who said, no, this is pure bunk, and I can prove it, and then they do. And that's a separate part, because that really, it wasn't just like, oh, look, I can make this happen. But this was another case where, like when I created that Bigfoot trail cam footage, okay, this is somebody who was trying their best to debunk something by creating this. And so can we go ahead and roll that footage?
In 2007, a video surfaced online.
Here's the original Fresno Nightcrawler footage. Look how grainy it is, but look at those weird legs moving along, and everybody's like, what the hell is that? That went viral a million times over. People make crazy things of it. 2007, 4 foot tall. What the heck is
4
it?
feet. It looks like Obi-Wan coming out of the desert.
Yeah, like exactly.
Except his top half is missing. Now, this is the original footage, and I have comments about this, but what I need is the other video as well. Do we have that?
We'll bring that up in a minute. But this is this was huge, right? Creepypasta. Then it made it on national television. This went everywhere. It was the first viral cryptid we'd had in a long time since Mothman.
This is like 2010. This is like 2010, but now let's go ahead and watch it. Oh, you're right. It was even earlier than that. Yeah. That was just a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Recently, the guy who made that, the force is not with them. This is what really happened. This gentleman came out. He was the guy who filmed the original. He talks about how he made the timestamps.
No, he's not the one who filmed the original. He created a second one. In order to show what he could do. And that one went viral also. It's like, oh, look, there's more. But in fact, it's just like the fake video footage I made. Okay. His got picked up as if it were real as well. But he's like, no, this is no. Here's how we did it now. So go ahead and play it.
Insert the pole into their back. It takes a little practice. But as they stand, you lean them and they
puppet.
walk.
Oh, there is some skill to this.
A little bit of puppetry.
A little bit of puppeteering.
This is the Fresno. We're seeing the Fresno Nightcrawlers live. All my life has been training for this.
Chopped it out of the
of the
pole.
Fresno
He just chopped out the pole.
This
and if you
is
did
the Fresno
that,
Nightcrawler.
look,
right, just like that.
The guy who made it.
Yep.
So you're the first person.
That's how they did it.
To know what these were, and the only person ever except for us to use one. So
exactly.
That was right here.
It was right here.
It was shot just over here. You were saying.
That's where the
But here's the thing. He's saying he could not.
This way.
Yeah, he could not make the original. I mean, here he's done layers. He's got the lighting. He did everything to try and make it as
a deeper shot and made it feel like it was less
weird.
You became a part of
and
the lore of this.
I really think, okay, but then he comes out and he says, yeah, but this is not the first one. This is my fake one. This is me making the fake one. But this does not actually debunk the first one, because he said I can't
recreate the first one. We tried really hard.
Yeah, he couldn't recreate it.
I can't make it do that. And when I looked at it, I'm like, well, that's because you started with a false premise. Okay, he's starting with the pole in order to move them, where it's quite obvious to me that the original, okay, that one is actually suspended from a line above.
Yeah, I was
if you
thinking
watch how it
marionette.
moves.
Yeah, marionette.
Yes, it's connected from a line above.
Yeah.
But why can't it be kind of like your shirt there, Mark, a headless horseman? Why can't it just be a kid?
Yeah, a kid ghost. Yeah, or a half kid wearing a black shirt and a black top. Yeah.
4 feet. My kids could do that.
It could be, but the legs stay straight and they barely touch the ground. That's what makes it not a kid.
Yeah, they're floating. So
wait, your kids can't levitate?
Yeah, mine can. I mean, they've been doing that since they were 3.
I assume all Jedis could. And hey, just in honor of our black bears, there's a black bear nose print from Nona from Bear Hollow in Georgia.
I love it.
David Ziegler.
That's awesome.
That's the perfect
That is like
autograph.
the best Rorschach. No, it's a perfect Rorschach test because I just see 2 elephants.
What do you see, Anthony?
You know?
What do you see?
2 elephants. Or
why are my
parents
having an argument?
Why are my parents fighting? Stop, Mom. Stop, Dad. Why?
Exactly. As we all expose our trauma.
I forgive you, Dad.
Oh, man. That's all good. Yeah, no. Fresno, I've always had problems with, but I love it. That doesn't mean it's not awesome. It doesn't mean it's not cute. I mean,
no, it is something that just came out of the blue. And it was
a modern creep. Look at Slender Man again, created for a Photoshop contest in 2001, and now the lore is greater than anything. And there's always the Tulpa theory, where so many people believe in a thing, it becomes real. And that's the power. What the Philip experiment Duke University did, where they invented a ghost. They had a whole classroom invent a ghost. They gave it a history. It was like a member of a Spanish court. He was a fencing instructor and all this stuff. And then they went to another. Yeah, and then they went to another classroom and had them do a seance with it. Completely different people. They got 60% of the same answers, and just out of the blue. So how did they get that?
And this brings up, it's an interesting question that's asked. Like, I feel like there's 2 camps. How do you feel about people faking stuff? And most people are vehemently against it. How dare they? How this? I don't want to stand so confidently on the other side of the fence, but to me, it is a chance to figure something out. It is so rare to get that 5% anyway. So when somebody does this, now I'm not condoning this. I don't think they should. But when it comes out, it's kind of exciting because I go into investigator mode and I go, okay, how'd they do it? Figuring out how they did it is sexy. That gets me off. I love it. And I know you, Anthony, I know you might, because then we break it down and then we can have an open discussion with it. And I love that they showed like, well, here's how we can do it. I'm fascinated by that, which could bring us back to Patty, but we're not going to go there. That's a whole nother conversation.
No, exactly. But that's what we, that's what the way it works.
Okay. I am going to ask. I haven't heard anything recently about the whole Patty documentary. Is there any update on where that's going to be broadcast?
They are shopping it. They are shopping it.
Still?
I've heard Netflix and Amazon are in a bidding war for it. So they're just going to wait till it hits a high. At some point, somebody's going to back down. But in the meantime, they're just getting more and more. They're getting money. It's going to be money.
I mean, I wish them all the best, but this thing is going to go beyond its expiration date at this point.
I don't know. Bigfoot's not going to.
No, Bigfoot isn't, but this footage had a ramp up, had a momentum, and it's now gone.
Well, no,
it's
if they
literally
go to one of the
gone.
Big networks, if they go to one of the big networks,
one of the big networks will then have to kickstart it again. And I don't know who's going to be interested in watching that, but they don't care. It's just going to be eyeballs.
Well, you just need one moneymaker to get upset and start posting like crazy, and that momentum will come right back. They're challenging the coup de grace, the top of the Bigfooting profession. I hear what you're saying, and yes, it did. It was kind of foolish. They should have jumped on the momentum because it would be probably bigger, but I still think it's going to be a wild success because
most the average person does not care about what was going on with that. they don't follow this. It's like 90% of the people don't care about politics until it's vote election time. Sorry, I'm losing words. But they don't care.
Is he
about
having a stroke?
Got it. I got it. I got it. It's right here. There you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
That's what happens with the with this. They haven't. Nobody's heard about this outside of our circles, and that's it's not in their algorithm. It's not getting promoted to them. When this is coming out, Netflix is going to make this everywhere. Amazon's going to put this everywhere. Whoever does it, it's going to be every ad for, like Tiger King. It will be Tiger King. It will be the exact same thing. And they will make it a 4-episode build up, and then they'll show the documentary footage. They'll totally re-edit this as a series, I promise. That's probably what's
I just can't
happen.
believe nobody we know that we trust has seen it. Like, people have seen this.
The one guy who first blew this up is a guy I know, and he's legit.
Yeah,
he's the only one.
No, we have one.
I don't know him well, but he was the first guy to make the YouTube video and say, "Holy crap, my mind is blown.
It's over.
And it's over."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Not that Bigfoot's over, but Patty's over." But he was the only one.
Yeah, Patty's over.
That I know.
Exactly.
All these other people have seen it. He was at that first screening, and that's the only one that anybody's seen. So until it comes
I feel for the purists, like the people that truly believe in love, because I feel like getting people to not necessarily believe in Bigfoot, but at least be like, it's a maybe. That documentary is going to take us back to, I told you they're not real. And those people have to start all over again, being like, no, you don't understand. That's just one video. That doesn't mean they're not real. It just means they faked it, right? It just creates this beautiful, from a producing element, a beautiful war zone, for people to debate over for years to come. So I'm excited to see it. That's another thing. Like, are you excited to see it or not? I have friends, Bigfooters, that are like, I don't want to see that. That's crap. And I'm like, of course I want to see it. Are you pursuing truth, or are you pursuing your dream, your desire? And I'm like, at the end of the day, we're all citizen scientists, but maybe we're not. Maybe some people just want it to be real and they don't care about truth. And that one I still struggle with, because sometimes it's hard to put yourself in some people's shoes, and people that don't care about the truth. It's hard for me to stand there. You know what I mean? Because isn't that why we're all in this, to prove it to be real or not? I mean, that should be the,
Yeah, my first scripted book was
only here.
Magnificent Monsters.
Prove it to be real.
Yeah, those Magnificent Monsters. That was the cover. How do you not love it? And
how do you not love it?
But now, like I said, doing what we do, Eerie Travels, I get so many emails saying, "Well, I saw something, but it doesn't look like that, and so I'm afraid to report it." I'm like, see, that's the problem. If we keep believing 100% it has to look like this because somebody showed me that, then boom, the ghosts don't look like Ghostbusters. Yeah, they don't. This one looked like a guy. I didn't see, he wasn't fading out. He wasn't black and white. I'm like, you saw something you don't understand. You saw a person who disappeared. Guess what?
Mm-hmm.
That's probably a ghost. A lot of people see them solid, and and then they're gone. It's again, science is weird. We don't understand it, and that's why we're here. It's
why we're here. ParaGeeks.
ParaGeeks. Rock on.
3 geeks. Never mind.
3 geeks. How many geeks does it take to argue about it?
Yeah. All right. Which one?
All right.
Sorry, Magic Voice.
UAP.
Oh yeah, let's do this. Let's go to the skies. Let's go to the skies.
Okay, so let me give you a little background. Let me give you a little background first. So I just got back from a sabbatical for 2 weeks in my hometown of Little Compton, Rhode Island, which is in New England, as we know. Rocky Coast, great history with ghosts and UAPs. Just covered the 1967, which, by the way, I was like, here's some news. I just finished the rough draft of my Bigfoot book, and I am very excited. It's been 3 years in the making. So, I don't even want to celebrate because I feel bad that it took me so long. But rough draft is done.
I mean, which is Which is really good because you write on about a second grade level. So you're talking about what, like 47 pages in a picture book?
Thank God for AI. Yes. 47 pages. 47 words. That's it.
You got coloring pages, or does it have pop-up? You know, that's
I'm gonna fill it. It's gonna have scratch and sniff. Okay, I'm all in.
Yeah,
I'm all in. No, but what's amazing about it, right? What's amazing is it's taken me so long and frustrated me so much. I used to be a prolific writer, and I moved more into videos, make videos. So I was like, well, I'm never writing another book. And then in the pursuit of that, this is all I'm going to tell you, because I want to write the book, you two. 1967, the weirdest year in American history. You have Mothman, you have all these UAP sightings. It's the fourth, in Project Blue Book, it's the fourth busiest year for sightings, and it's only behind 2 and 3 by like 30 UAPs. So it's arguably number 2. You just have all this high strangeness. You have Patterson-Gimlin. It is literally when creature features exploded onto the scene. So there's something about the year 1967, and if any viewers or you guys, we can talk about afterwards, I think that's my next book. What happened in 67? Why did it all come to this amazing point where we were given some of the greatest monsters? Or unknown animals, or whatever we want to call them, to be respectful. But anyway, yeah, it was mind blowing. So anyway, I was home and I did this amazing library talk. And in the talk, I covered some local UAPs and stuff through history, which included the 1967 cop chase. They tried to pull over a UFO. Good luck. And my buddy Liam, who's a fisherman, actually quit a high-paying financial job to go back to the water, to live off the land. You know, it's romantic in a way. I don't know. I've thought about it sometimes, to go back.
Yes.
Yeah, off the land. There's a play on words there. But he saw this video. So here, let me read what he sent to me so I don't mess up any details. So here it was. It was June 12th at 5:34 a.m. I was heading out to our fishing gear, and I was on watch. I saw it off my starboard bow at 45 degrees. It appeared above, slightly to the right and closer to me than the wind turbine base I could see. Now, we have these massive wind turbines they built, which everyone hates, and well, obviously not everyone, because they built them. But we do know that UAPs tend to, nuclear facilities, the windmills, they investigate them for some reason. For whatever reason, we can get into that too. But that's where he saw it. I observed it as I went by it until I lost sight of it behind me. I'd say at least a minute and a half, but could easily have been 2 to 3 minutes because I got lost in the moment. To be clear, I'm not saying this is a UAP or there isn't an explanation for it, but at no time while I watched it did I think it was some type of scientific balloon or something like an airplane. It was only after I thought about an explanation that the only possibility I could come up with was that it is an unidentified object in the sky. And they're out there all the time. They've seen things out there all the time. And anyway, so I did an internet research and used chat to analyze the video and try to prove or disprove it to be a research balloon. Because to him, that video that we're about to show you, for me personally, because I haven't had to really break it down, it almost looks like double images doubling up on itself. I can't see it clearly. He said, I saw it clearly. It's one like circular shape. Time again, I ended up with a possible unlikely to highly unlikely that it is a research balloon. Once again, that's chat. We all know you can't trust that. I wouldn't even trust it 80%, but it's a good tool to start your research. That's when I sent it to MUFON that came out with an unknown classification, although I think that's because of the video quality. Once again, it was on his phone. He was, it's 5:30 in the morning. And then I sent it to you. I don't suppose, and then he just says, I don't mind being tagged in it. He sent me location maps. Here's what I'll say about my buddy Liam. He did a wonderful job. Not saying it's real or not. He did a wonderful job of documenting as much as he could about it. He really put on his thinking cap and boots and said, I want to prove it. But here's what I find wonderful about it. It was an iPhone 13. He said, I should have shot it sooner. He said, I should say that when I was looking at it with the naked eye and with binoculars, it had a very precise outline. So he said, so maybe the camera was struggling to bring it in focus. And then I asked him to draw a picture of it too, because like you guys are about to see in the video, it's hard to see. That's why I was hoping we could break it down, and maybe we'll revisit this, because this is right off the coast of my hometown. It's kind of random and wild. But that's the details on it. And yeah, I'd love to show it, and then we can tear it apart,
So good. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so
all right.
Yep.
But yeah, he's moving on the ocean, which is all, that's obvious. So he's going at some speed. because we can see the wake.
I believe they were lobstering at that point. That's for
yeah. So it is tricky to keep in focus. He's doing a great job keeping it centered, and we get a little bit of size there thanks to his cutting to the boat.
Yeah, see, it looks like the image is doubling, which was confusing me. It was like, it looks like 2, but he said most definitely it was not 2. It was a solid ball. And then as he went into it more, he's like, I couldn't tell you if it was, 2 feet or 6 feet large, but it was somewhere in between there if he was to make an educated guess. And I said, well, let's, yeah.
No, if you watch close, you see like a little streak go past it. Right about now, there's another thing that just floats right past it, blinking above that.
Can we zoom in on it at all and get it closer, or no? No.
This is not Blade Runner. No, we have to do that but see, there's that blink that runs past it. Now the blink is obviously.
This is great.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there's a blink that goes past it, something blinking past it. Now you see there's a dark spot in the middle, so it is metallic or something like reflecting like metallic. Watch right once it resets. There, see?
Yeah. Dude, that's a great shot.
That's a bird.
That's a bird.
I can see the wings
yeah.
flapping.
Yeah, that's a bird with the sunlight reflecting on it. So,
but just so people know, it's not, to me, that looks like 2 objects flying real close to each other. He said at no point was it 2. It is 1 object.
You can see
it is one object that's divided in the middle.
It looks like 3 dots at first, and then like the middle one rotates around. Yeah. That's what it looks like to me, is that it's 3 lights and then it rotates, and the middle one becomes a black dot.
I see like
it looks like the bottom half of Frosty the Snowman.
A little bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Wearing a black belt.
There.
Exactly. Wearing a black belt, and that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I just want to say this.
He can fly now. He's been hanging out with.
I want you to watch this one more time. Pull out. Okay, zoom out. Okay, guys.
I never pull out, Anthony.
This.
Yeah, no.
I noticed that your wife's pregnant again, isn't she? But here's my issue with this, guys.
Okay.
This boat is rocking like mad.
Yeah.
Okay. Your friend is not a robot.
Yeah.
This image is so smoothly locked on and centered. It's almost like it is. That's why I was asking earlier, is this the raw footage? Because this has been stabilized around that centerpiece. Because look how everything around it moves. But it is pretty much stagnant on the screen.
It's doing little jumps.
It is
a little bit.
Yeah. There's little bits, but
this
boat should be rocking like an SOB.
This is iPhone.
Okay.
iPhone stabilizes. iPhone stabilizes all their pictures, their images.
Let me look up. I'm sure iPhone 13 does.
If you set that as a setting on your camera, which I think is the default, it stabilizes. That's why so many iPhone videos look so good.
Okay.
Smoothing. Yes, smoothing.
Okay. And I just can't imagine that it's actually doing that with the coastline, though, like that.
Because, no, I think
that
100%.
may be what it's using to smooth, because that's what's actually smooth here is the coastline.
Yeah.
So let me just drop this in.
Yeah. What you got there?
It says, yes, the iPhone 13, which we know is what he used, smooths video using sensor shift optical image stabilization, OIS, and electronic image stabilization, EIS, though it does not include the extreme action mode found on the iPhone 14 and later models.
Yeah.
So it's definitely attempting to stabilize whatever it is.
So
and here, one more thing before we...
concern. Yes. Yeah. Go ahead.
Here's why I am on the fence. Liam is somebody I know. He's a good dude. Yep. He comes from a good career, went back to the earth. He lives off the land. He's not prone to exaggeration unless we get drunk. And then, of course, he would whoop my butt at anything I ever attempt to do with him. But it doesn't do any radical aerial movements, which is like the one way you can say, okay, now we I guarantee we're dealing with a UAP. I'm not saying it's an alien or anything, but we're dealing with it. This does basically stay in position, which is why he believed he was dealing with a high altitude balloon or some balloon that was slowly coming back to the ocean. He even thought at one point, he's like, well, maybe something's coming back from space and they're going to pick it up. But then that doesn't make sense because they don't do that at that area of the world. So because there's no radical movement, but yet my buddy, I find him a trustworthy witness. I am caught right in the middle, and why I hope maybe we can revisit, maybe John can take it and really get close on it, and we can see that, yes, it is a balloon, or what the F is that? And so it's just a good mystery, and it's just exciting because that's right off my hometown, Little Compton, Rhode Island. Look that place up. It's like
that is
middle of nowhere.
This is exactly
you asked him to create a drawing.
I
did
asked
he
him to
make
do
a drawing of it?
He hasn't sent that yet, but right now, live with you guys, I'm going to hit him back up and say, hey, can you, he said, well, he said, I can try. I'm not much of an artist. Does the fact it was clear and precise with the naked eye and not fuzzy at time change your opinion on what it might be? And I just said, not really, just trying to get a clear visual. I need to, I don't know what I'm looking at. It looks like two things to me, where you guys are seeing one thing. I see two things. So
I see one with it like rotating. That's why I go with balloon.
Hourglass. Yeah. It's hourglass shaped. Okay,
yeah.
There's something in the middle, and then you got a ball at top and bottom. Okay?
Yeah, I'm thinking weather balloon of some sort, but it is a UAP. It is unidentified aerial phenomenon.
Definitely a UAP. Okay, no doubt about that.
Definition. I think it is some sort of weather balloon, but that's just my opinion. I don't know.
Sure.
If we don't know what it is, and the only reason I think that is we had a lot of sightings over South Charleston, West Virginia. We had some sightings over the coast of Virginia, and we had a lot of sightings in New Jersey. And every one of those, they came out and the military said, oh, we were doing a uniform network of balloons to see if we could do Wi-Fi from balloons to keep the satellite in case the satellite network goes down, but we could still use local network line of sight. And so they admitted that, but it was 3 days later because it was a classified test. Sure. And so I got lots of, oh, we saw this, we saw that. And it was about to be another Chinese weather balloon panic. And that's when the government said, yeah, sorry, that was us.
I truly think that if we look at this very carefully, that seagull is actually further back than the object. Okay, so that's how big it is. It gives us an idea that we're looking at something maybe 6, 8, 10 feet tall at the most. Okay, and with that funky shape, I have and the fact that it's hovering right there.
That's well, I think
5:34 a.m.
Yeah, behind him.
Well, the sun is just coming up
behind him, which is why it's so well lit.
That's why it's reflecting off the bird's wings so well.
And here's what I love about this too. We opened up essentially with that beautiful image of the buffalo walking toward us, which eventually revealed itself. This is like if the buffalo never revealed and we're left like, wait, what is that, right? So this is a beautiful mystery. I encourage anyone out there, look at it, break it down, analyze it. Once again, this group here, do we all want it to be a UFO with little green Martians that are going to come out and invite us to a moon party? Of course. But our first step forward is always, let's make sure it's not a balloon or something very easy to understand. So please, anyone can help us, great. If not, hopefully John's down to go a little bit deeper.
Yeah, we all want Indrid Cold to pull up in his smokestack UFO and pull us over and say, hey, I am from Lanulos and come with me. And, we all want that. Darth Vader from planet Vulcan. So all right. But up next, we've got another. This is from a sheriff. This is police report. So it's got a little credibility. So they shut down the flock cameras in their area.
Let's go.
100%. They shouldn't have to worry if they're being logged and stored. They killed it. It was voted to kill it. and they're taking them down 100%.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah. Let's kill that mass surveillance. I know they say, oh, we can catch criminals with it. There's other ways to catch criminals. We've been catching criminals for hundreds of years, thousands of years, and we've always done it without cameras.
What about the political criminals?
Yeah, exactly. Or where's the cameras in in Congress and the Senate?
Yep.
But there's the map of flock cameras currently.
Look at Florida. Good Lord. We got a growth on us down there.
Yep. And
don't they know most of us are old and driving way under the speed limit? Minus myself, apparently.
It's just, look at them all. They're crazy numbers. And this is one company. One company makes all these. And all it takes is one Chinese or foreign power to hack us, which we know they're hacking constantly. Look at the guy who hacked Roombas by accident. He was trying to make it so he could control his own Roomba, hacked it, and suddenly had access to 10,000 Roombas or 100,000 Roombas, and he could look at their cameras and see people in their houses doing things they shouldn't have been. He's like, I could have made an army of Roombas and taken over the world or something, So he's like, that's a Roomba. Imagine these cameras. I mean, it's already who we don't know who's in charge and who's doing all this. Oh my gosh. If they've got an AI running this and the AI goes, so it's just insane to me that we're letting this much go away from us. And again,
it's
you have the right to face your accuser in court. Are they going to bring the camera to court to face you? Where is that? There's no testimony.
That's the big issue.
Yeah. It's
it's also just, why spend all that money on that when there are roads that need to be fixed, when Flint, Michigan still doesn't even have great water? Like, there are much more pressing issues that we should be taking care of if we truly care about our culture and our community, than just mass surveillance. And how come other things don't go up, but yet these AI data centers and these flock cameras are going up effortlessly? We have all the money in the world for that.
Yeah, and all the clearance, nobody permits them. They just go up. And that's like Black Mountain still doesn't have a road up to it. Got wiped out in a lane 2 years ago. The redneck mafia came and built a bridge out of a flatbed truck. It was working great. And then FEMA comes along and says, no, it's not permitted. You have to take it down. So they have no road again. And we're like, okay, when you build a new road, we got to get the permits. We got to do that. It'll be about 4 years. The people living on that mountain have to drive an hour and a half out of their way now because they wouldn't let them keep the little flatbed truck. There's only like 12 families up there, but still now they are trapped. And it's ridiculous. And that we can't get, but we can put a flock camera up right down the street from it that cost $1 million. And it's like, it's crazy. It's just insane to me.
And maybe I'd be more inclined to enjoy it if for everyone they put staring at me, put one facing the sky. So, and give me access. There you go. Like all right, mass surveillance. Well, let's do some sleuthing at the same time then,
Let's get SETI back, man.
Let's go for that.
SETI flock SETI.
Yeah, there we go.
SETI.
I love
Let's
it.
go.
I love it. But yeah, here's a fun thing about flock cameras. This went a little viral recently, and I think you'll all find it hysterical. So, there's a alligator eating a duck, which is all is what alligators do.
What do you got there?
Flock camera.
Over here, that guy has a flock camera.
Jimmy Balls.
He has stolen.
He's eating a flock camera.
Eating a flock camera.
That is a flock camera.
Is that guy that ate an entire airplane?
Probably, as the guy was filming eating the duck, the flock camera guy walked by.
That is amazing. That's so Florida. Let's go.
Only in Florida, right? Florida man.
Yeah, I'm all about that. Florida man eats flock cameras. He's story page 2.
I don't think there is a more Florida video this year so far. I think that's
so far.
That's my absolute favorite.
Wait, wasn't there that woman that walked through Walmart with a herd of sheep or goats drinking margarita out of a pail or something? I mean, that's pretty Florida too.
I missed that one.
That was pretty Florida. I think that one was. Yeah. That'd be a good one for next week. I think I could debunk part of that. I think there was a little CGI in there or AI, but that
she was too beautiful. She was like ridiculously beautiful and with a big smile. I'm like, dude, I've been arrested once. Let me tell you, I didn't have a smile like that. I was dead.
No, exactly. And the sheep were a little too classic sheep for Florida sheep.
I'm like, calm down, Bo Peep, calm down.
Exactly. But that just shows you again, we can't trust everything we see online, but sadly.
No.
But
I will say the reason I keep looking down here is because I have a zoomed in version of that UAP footage running. And I will say that it is well beyond the seagull. The seagull's up closer, so that changes the perspective.
So it could be bigger.
Now I'm absolutely certain of that. Yeah, it is definitely bigger. Okay. It's definitely bigger.
A weather balloon would be about 10 feet with a package, and then the underneath support. So
maybe.
That would be where it would kind of look like that hourglass shape a little bit.
But that's great. That gives us a reason to revisit this, because it could be
another reason to look at it again.
Yeah, because that's a.
I'm going to step out for a second. I'll be right back.
But it's still, it's a UAP. We don't know what it is.
Well, and it's also interesting because he's seen a lot of things at sea, from like seals popping up randomly, a basking shark passing the boat, which is like, they're bigger than you think they are. And
they're huge.
This wowed him. Like, it wowed him so much that he just watched it for a while and then was like, oh my God, I should film this. This is extraordinary. I don't know what this is. And that there, right? Unless he's completely lying and he's like, I'm going to get the Monster Brothers. I'm going to get Ryan and Josh. It's truly, that to me leads me in the direction that what we are seeing is not normal. It is paranormal. And
it wouldn't have put that. He wouldn't have put that seagull in. Nobody would have put that in.
Yeah. He's fishing. He is not working for the CIA editing videos to take out some kind of warlord. Like, he is literally a dude that was cruising back, exhausted, and just got lost in a moment that he said, and his words too, this is going to stay with me for a while, because how often do you see something that you just can't explain, like, at all?
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm hoping we can really get that closer, so I can get a good visual on it, because until that happens, I can't tell you. I just think it's cool.
I think it's cool. I said that's my,
what do you think the black dot is? What do you think that the black part is?
I think that is like the dish for the Wi-Fi. If it is that same thing that was testing, that would be the dish, and it's dark because it's not reflecting. They make it so it doesn't reflect. When they make this the real thing, like for keeping Wi-Fi up when everything else is down, it would be all black. Nobody'd see it. That would be,
and that's a good insight, because now that that nudges me a little bit towards weather balloon. For sure.
But it's still not. It could be, like I said. I'm just saying you have to go with the rational first,
of course,
before you go to the extraordinary. But that said, you have to be open to the extraordinary. So many people close it off. And that's
which is just as bad as being overzealous about it. It's just as bad. Like what do we have here? At the end of the day, we have somebody that saw something that this guy's never sent me a video before. He doesn't think about UFOs. He doesn't think about any of that stuff. He thinks it's cool, but it's not in his world at all. And yet it did come up. And what did it do? It linked two old friends together. And my brother as well. He was excited to share it with us. He's like, well, I know the guys that I should send this to. They may be able to tell me what this is. This is life, right? Life's a mystery. It doesn't matter what it is. It's exciting. It linked community members together again. And it has people talking about something that, to me, is far more interesting than the mundane, which could just be sports and weather and like the normal things people talk about. This is different. This is a mystery until it is solved. And hopefully we solve it. I'm going to ask if does a weather balloon... Show me a weather balloon with a dish.
Yeah, no, I'm going to have to find that one, because I saw the report about it. But that was like the night Starlink recently did 2 launches back to back, like within a half hour of each other, one from each coast. And when they did that, I got hundreds of emails saying, look, it's the it's one of our team, Mike, sent the photos of it. He was convinced it couldn't be that because it was an hour later. Those clouds last a long time from those, and they stay in the air unless there's wind. And then if there's wind, it looks really cool. I've seen so many launches from Florida's coast. We grew up with those out there. They are seen all over Florida. You'll see them as far north as Virginia. When they fly that way, they fly different directions. And so these people were convinced that it was not Starlink. And I'm just like, I'm so sorry. I don't want to disappoint you.
Right.
But I can't, it's, what's the razor? I can't remember the name. Occam's razor, where you have to go to the quickest solution right off the bat, because that is the minute somebody sends me a bunch of when my email box blows up with UFOs, I immediately go to Space Coast Launches and say, all right, what launched? And not saying it's not,
of course,
1952 or 1967 with the UFO flaps. Those are, I agree with the RPG. Those were the two biggest years. The only reason 52 stands out to me is because it had, I think it's number 1, and then 67 I think is number 2, and then
something like that. Yeah,
isn't it like 2007 number 3, or I think that's right.
I don't remember. I just know that it was 4. 67 is 4 on the list.
Yeah, Whitville was huge in early 2007. Yeah, there you go. Look, there you go, RPG. That's
what that looks like to me. Yeah,
that's what I was hunting for, and I just found it. That is a NASA balloon.
Yeah.
Okay. Like it is not a standard weather balloon.
No, but and again, what a cool thing to see. How often are those up? Not very often. And
no.
Also, like I said,
when they're too high to see. Yeah.
Yeah, that military one had a dish on the side, and I haven't seen that except in that one prototype sketch. I don't even think they had a picture of it because it's technically classified still. But
see, that's what that looks like to me. That's what it looks like. But he says that it wasn't 2 objects. It was only one with the naked eye and with binoculars.
Right. Well,
and here's what I told him too.
This is one object.
Yeah. And what I told him is, I said, hey, so next time, like there will ever be, but if there is, you can take the phone and put it up to the binocular and you can record it. And I know that came for years of Bigfooting before I was like, what if I do this with night vision? You know what I mean? You're like,
did
wait.
That with my telescope, doing pictures of the moon and everything. It's phenomenal. But you just hold your phone right up to the lens of the telescope or whatever. And
so here's what I found. If we were to debunk this, it said 2 things. A NYS weather balloon from upstate New York. They launch exactly at 7 a.m., which would not match the 5:34 a.m., but who knows? Maybe they went early. They said, if it isn't just a UAP, it could be a URI atmospheric research launch. They regularly launch specialized research balloons to measure ozone concentrations and air quality. Once again, it's saying this is a reach, but that's where they would start. So if I was to investigate this, my next call would be to URI and to see, did you launch a balloon and did it kind of go horribly astray? Because that is on the other side of the state from where this was taken, which would mean that balloon would have had to been launched more towards Woods Hole or Massachusetts, as opposed to southern Western Rhode Island. So it's a reach, but you got to cross those off. And go, okay.
And again, how many naval bases are there? A few.
Well, you got one right there in Newport. Yeah, like literally right there.
Yeah.
So
they do classified launches. Guess what? A few classified boats go out of there. So that was one of the 2 launches that night from Starlink. One was from SpaceX. One was a classified military launch. They couldn't announce it beforehand. That's why they surprised everybody with that second launch.
Exactly.
And that was out of Vandenberg. But yeah, that's the way these go, guys. We hope. We still hope. There's always hope.
We hope.
And that, what was my favorite thing out in the ocean? You were talking about he sees all the weird things. They think a lot of sea serpent sightings were whale penises because they like to float with their stuff hanging out up high. So just a neat thing. And think about it. When were glasses invented? What about what 1700s? Think about all the cryptids that were seen before the 1700s.
We think we think our photos are blurry. Okay.
Yeah. So what? That's a man horse. Yeah. You know, Bob, are you okay? Are you sure that's what you see? Oh, 100%.
Wow.
It's like George Costanza seeing all those raccoons when they were mailboxes.
Look at this. I see a 3-headed monster in front of me.
You just became Bluto, okay, RPG?
Yep.
You just became Bluto from the Popeyes. That's exactly what you look like without my glasses on. That is just insane.
Yep.
And then you're back to you. Yeah, you should have stuck with Bluto. All right.
That's why you can't go with classical. Oh, there was a monster. There was a ghost. I'm like, I'm sorry.
But that's also great to let people know, right? Like, as you research, you learn all sorts of things that should be just common sense or simple, but they're not. You know, you get excited easy. But one of the first questions you should ask is, how is your vision? And if your vision is not 20/20, then were you wearing your glasses? Were you wearing your contacts or not? And I just encourage people to, like, I guess, fall in love with trying to disprove it. As much as we love it, wanting to be real, that is the orgasm that you get from researching and investigating, doing everything you can to disprove it.
When you run out of options, that's when it matters. When you
that's
completely run out of it and you just got nothing.
Next week, I will tell you guys the story of mini lights in St. Petersburg and how I found something way worse than the monster. So, but anyway, speaking of next week, I think we're about done, gang. It flies by every week.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh. My brothers in arms, love you all. What was that magic voice?
What was
Is that you, God?
Oh, there you go. No, we are totally, we have so many more things coming up next week. I know we've been working on one thing in the background here for quite some time. I want to tease it a little bit, but RPG, why don't you go ahead and give us a little teaser on that, because we got like 30 seconds left. Go.
We're talking about Oregon, correct?
Yes.
Oregon? Yes. So I have some good friends out in Oregon. I'm not going to give any details away. They are researchers that spend a lot of time out in the woods. And while they were out, if anyone hasn't noticed, UAP seemed to be increasing sightings. Bigfoot sightings seems to be increasing. Something's going on in the world. 1967 is coming back. But what they got were prints. And we are going to dive deep into see what are those. Are they truly dermal ridges or are they BS?
We'll see.
All right.
And that'll be
there we go,
week,
everybody. Have a great week, and we will talk to you next weekend. Thanks for tuning in.
Stay spooky.